everyone, Kayla here. And the last time you saw me wearing this dress and this cardigan, I was a little hyped up, you know what I'm saying? But I'm about to bring it down a notch and I'm going to do a wash and go tag. What inspired me to do this video is I saw a wash and go tag by another YouTuber and it was very informational. I learned a lot of information in her video and it has definitely changed the way that I do my hair, and so I just felt that it was just tip filled. So I felt like doing the tag video. If you have a YouTube channel and you are watching this, definitely do a video, you know? And let us get all of your tips. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can still answer the questions. I'm going to put them in the description box, or you can like pick some to answer if you don't want to flat out answer all of them and that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this tag without further ado. Question number 1, what are your holy grail stylers for your wash and goes? I just did a video on this, so I definitely will be linking the video in the description box. But if I had to narrow it down to things that I got to have, I've got to have Wetline Extreme. I have got to have Wetline Extreme. It is not happening without Wetline Extreme. I will tell you that the gel in my hair today is a knockoff version of Wetline Extreme. It's not really Wetline Extreme. Doesn't define the front of my hair as well as Wetline, but you know what? I ain't mad at it. So that's definitely a must-have, holy grail, have to have. I have several different creams and leave-ins and things that I can mix and match, but I've got to have, yeah, I've got to have Wetline Extreme. Number 2, what is your holy grail moisturizer under your styler? Oh man, I do the LC method, so I do a leave-in and then a cream. It used to be LOC, then it turned to LCO, and then I eliminated oil because I tend to pick creams that have a lot of oil in them, so it's not necessary. So I do the LC method. I would say if I had to pick one of those 2 moisturizers that I like the most, my favorite leave-in has got to be Soultanicals Knot Sauce. It's the best. And I guess my favorite cream would be the Cantu for Naturals leave-in. I have not tried the curl cream. I intend to, but the leave-in is very thick. I wouldn't use it as a leave-in. It's just too thick for a leave-in. And so it works, and it has a lot of oil in it. So it works perfectly as a curl cream to kind of weigh down my hair and get it ready for the styler. So Soultanicals Knot Sauce and Cantu for Naturals leave-in are probably my holy grail moisturizers underneath my styler. Number 3, do you rake, smooth, shingle, etc.? I do the rake and shake technique. I've been doing rake and shake for over a year now. I think it is the best technique. I do think that your technique will be affected by your size of your curls. I could see where this technique might not work as well for people who have different size curls from me. But basically how it works, after I've applied gel over the whole section, I'll go in and part 1-inch rows. So my hair, that's why my hair has so much movement, because it can easily part into these rows. So it's about this size here that I would do. And I take it, I rake through a couple of times. I tend to do 2 different hands to kind of break the sections and fully get it defined down. And then I'll take the ends, so let me take some ends to demonstrate, and shake it to pop the curls apart and separate them. And then I'll let it go. If I have any excess product on my hand, I'll take the product like this and smooth it back down with the praying hands. So I do that because doing that method really does separate my curls so I end up with big clumps. And it also increases the movement. So my hair has a lot of movement, and I think it's due to the rake and shake technique. That technique is by Ouidad, the hairstylist Ouidad. So, and then if you are Brazilian or you speak Portuguese, there's a technique called Fita Gems or Fita Gem. I'm not really sure how they pronounce it because, again, I don't do Portuguese, okay? But Fita Gem technique is about the same. The only difference is that you scrunch the ends when you're done with your with the shaking part. Let's see. Number 4. How long does your wash and go typically last? My wash and go lasts 7 days. I do not redo my hair. I do not break the gel cast. My hair lasts 7 days, and there's a method to this. Number 5, how do you preserve your wash and go? I pineapple my hair using a scarf. I like that method. I've tried the whole scrunchy bonnet. I don't typically like that. Sometimes I feel like my hair comes down weird. So I prefer to do the scarf pineapple. I picked it up from Melcherie. I guess her name is Love Arias now instead of Arias. Melcherie Love Arias. I picked that up from her in an old video. But you make the scarf into a triangle, flip it over, push your hair up, tie it around your head. Then your hair is left out the top. And I know a lot of people will leave it out the top. I don't. I actually pull it. I take my hair and I will curve it back in. I think Melcherie like pushes it back in. My hair comes out weird like that. So I curve my hair back until it's like this weird bun on my head. Pull the end straight and twist it and hook it behind my ear so my hair is completely packaged up into the scarf like that. In the morning I take it off, I shake it, and it comes down. I have to work it a little bit. There's a whole method to working down the pineapple that people seem to leave out when they make videos. But I will tell you, the pineapple will not work very well if you don't have hair with a lot of movement and it's not fully defined. If your hair is more fluffy, puffy, more light, because my hair is heavy. I style my hair so that it is heavy. It has hang. If your hair does not have that heavy hang, it will not come down from the pineapple very easily. And you're going to be in for a lot of work the next morning trying to get it to come back down from that pineapple. But yeah, that's how I prefer my hair. And I also, I do now moisturize my ends. Spray a little bit into my hands, do like this, and scrunch into my ends before I pineapple every night. And that does not disturb my curl pattern because I use copious amounts of hair gel. So it's not affecting anything. And let's see, number 6, do you get tangles or single strand knots when you do wash and goes? No. And the reason why I don't is because I get my hair fully defined. I get my hair as defined as possible. You know, the rake and the shake to fully separate the strands and pop them apart. I think that I also hit my roots. So every time I section down those 1-inch rows, I put a little dab, like real small, like this much on my roots and get that through. So my hair is coated in product from root to tip. My hair is fully separated and defined. I don't allow my hair to mat in any way, shape, or form. The more definition you have, the more separation you have, the less tangles and knots that you're going to get. If you allow your hair, if you apply just a cute little amount of product, or you don't fully rake it, you don't fully distribute it through, that's when you're going to get knots and tangles with your wash and go. Absolutely. Number 7, does your climate affect how or when you wear wash and goes? I do live in Florida. I moved off of the Panhandle. Panhandle part of Florida has Georgia, Florida weather. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Georgia, Alabama weather. I moved to a part of Florida now that has more Florida weather. It is humid year-round. The dews very rarely drop below 60, if at all. We have cold days, not a cold season. Like today is a cold day, which is why I'm wearing a dress. There's a tank top under here. There's a cardigan. It's a cold day today, but it'll be back to 70, 80 degrees by the end of this week. But it's always a level of humidity, always. And it does not affect my wearing wash and goes. And the reason why is because of how much gel I use. I cannot do a conditioner only wash and go out here. I even have sometimes a hard time wearing stretched hairstyles, like, because I don't wear gel on my stretched hairstyles. So like bantu, braid, twist, I don't put gels on those hairstyles. So sometimes I have a hard time wearing those hairstyles here because sometimes I want a different look and I want to switch it up. And I find the best hairstyle for here is the wash and go year round. Right now it's winter. Today is like 60 something degrees, so it's a cold day for us. It's usually 70 or 80 degrees. But I can wear wash and goes year round, and I think it's because of how much gel I put in to block the humidity. And also you want to be careful if you live in a humid area like I do of which gels that you choose. Some gels you're not going to be able to use in this area. Some hard hold gels will work better. Some soft gels you might not be able to use in an area like this. So yeah, my area does not really affect it, but I think it's because I make good product picks. Let's see, number 8. What do you use to seal in the moisture, and does this help with decreasing crunch? I think they mean if you put a sealant under before you do your styler. I don't use a sealant underneath my styler. I use the styler as the sealant because it does seal off the hair. It's not providing moisture. It's creating a gel cast. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that the moisturizer softened the crunch for my hair. I don't actually literally sit and squeeze and scrunch the crunch out of my hair. I apply so much leave-in and moisturizer underneath that I get defined curls without crunch. And even when I do have crunch, I don't break the cast because I want my hair to last. I don't have time to be redoing my hair. So I don't do an oil or anything like that, not anymore, because it's not necessary. It doesn't help to retain moisture. And then number 9, do you style your wash and goes on damp or wet hair? My hair is soaking wet and I am still standing in the shower when I do my hair. I in fact rinse and style my hair a section at a time so that the hair is freshly rinsed when I start working on that section. Soaking wet hair is how I can capture my curls. When my hair is wet, it's curly. When my hair dries, it expands and it poofs and it frizzes and it looks like an unintentional, unplanned afro. You know, afros look great when they look intentional, like, hey, look at my afro, I'm rocking it. My hair doesn't look like that when it dries. So I do my hair soaking wet so that I can capture all the stuff right there when it's fresh, and so I can walk out of the shower and 7 days later be still wearing the curls I had from the shower. So soaking wet hair is the only way to go for me in my hair. Number 10, last question. What advice would you give a new natural about wearing their wash and go? My biggest tip would be to don't give up. If your hair shrinks, you have a curl pattern. Your curl pattern is yours though, so please don't waste time trying to get someone else's curls. It's going to be your curl pattern that you end up getting. Lastly, I would recommend trying to find products that work well together, trying to find what's going to work best for your hair. Watch how you apply your products. There's a lot of tips. But there are products that, as I was applying them to my hair, I could see my hair becoming frizzy. So pay a lot of attention to your hair. How do the products you do affect your hair? How does the techniques that you do affect your hair? Really watch everything that you do and use. And don't be afraid to slap the product on. That's my last tip, because I use a lot of product. I apply so much product that I am scared every time that I put too much. There's no way back from this one, Kayla. Your hair is going to be white, girl. And every time it comes out fine. So definitely don't be afraid to slap the products on, because that's what's going to make your hair last and your hair to be soft from wash day to next wash day. So if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Answer some or all the questions in the comments. And if you have a YouTube channel, which I know some of you guys who watch my channel have channels. I know you do, because I look. Duh. So definitely make videos on your channel, and if you do make a video, come back and let me know about it so I can watch your video, because I think it's awesome how many tips that I got from watching someone's wash and go tag, and I hope that my video is helpful to someone else. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.